Welcome, Trinity families. Hello
Good morning,
there.
everybody.
It's good to see everyone in virtual land. We're here to, Ms. Bombard and I are here today to show you what a school day will look like, what our school is looking like, and the accommodations that we're making. So I hope you all enjoy, and I appreciate any questions and feedback afterward. So when your child arrives at school, there will be 3 different entrances. One of them will be the main door here. It will depend on where your child's classroom is. Another one will be in the back for the pre-K students, down below in the middle parking lot. And then the cafeteria doors for the 4 through 6 students and any of our bussers. But we are here by the main entrance to show you just what this will look like. So just like dismissal last year, when cars came down by the old convent here and then swung around through the big parking lot, that's what we'll do again for the beginning of school. So a car will come up here, park by the door. One of our teachers will come out and do, Ms. Bombard will show you.
We'll say good morning and we'll open the door. The child will get out. We're just going to show you how little the child really has to even touch. So they'll get out, we'll close the door, and off will go mom.
A quick temperature check of the child will be done by a teacher before they enter the building. If there is a temperature present of 104 or above, then the child will not be able to come into the building. So just so you realize that. There will be a quick temperature check, and then, and then the child can come right into school.
And there will be a teacher right at the door. The child doesn't even have to touch the door. In the nice weather, the teacher will be right outside here to open from the outside. If it's freezing, the teacher will be able to see through the glass and open from the inside.
Good. So then, we come into school. Oh, thank you, Ms. Bombard.
You're welcome.
And you'll see there are arrows on the stairs. We have one way going up here on the right side, and then coming down here on the left side, you would be going out of the building. So your child comes to school, there'll be another teacher here by our hand sanitizing station. Your child will receive a quick squirt of hand sanitizer. Oh, thank you, Ms. Bombard. Thank you so much. I am clean now. That's
And
wonderful.
you're clean now.
Yeah.
And we're just showing you that the child doesn't even have to touch the pump. Child just puts their hand right like this, and the teacher will do the pumping.
There we go. Doors will be open. Child doesn't even have to touch the doors. There we go. And the first couple of days of school, the first week at least, we will have teachers here to escort the younger students to their classrooms. So just be aware of that too. We're certainly not going to send them into a place where they don't know where the rooms are. So we will do. Yes, absolutely. So as we enter, again, our hallways are all marked clearly with arrows. We have our beautiful Trinity symbols showing our 6-foot markings for social distancing. And we will be reviewing this with students the first several weeks of school, so that it will be very comfortable.
Look at how wide open and broad and clean the hallways are. You know, nothing in the way. Certainly wide enough for there to be a small group of students walking one way down the hall and another small group distanced because of the floor markings walking the other way in the hall.
Everything was taken out of the hallways for that reason. The hallways are 8.5 feet wide, which allowed us to be able to use one hallway but go in both directions. If they had been smaller, we would have had to do one hallway one direction, another hallway another whole direction. That would have been very confusing.
So we're very lucky.
We are very lucky.
We have a beautiful big old building.
So then let's say your child is in Mrs. Frigo's class. How wonderful. They come right in here. We do have a sanitizing station in each classroom.
I won't squirt Joyce again.
Please
She's
do
clean.
not. Thank you. I'm still recovering from the first. Thank you. And now, we are still in summer mode, please realize that. Not all of the teachers have been in, because we have to get rid of basically all the clutter to allow for the spacing, just as little touching as possible. So we are still working on that. We have a month to go. I'll get back to that. But here we go. These are the individual stations for each child.
Aren't those too cute?
Colorful, comfortable. There are no carpets. We have followed all of the guidelines.
And far apart.
And
you'll
far
notice.
apart, yes. The teacher's desk will all have a barrier around them for when the teacher is sitting there, but of course the teacher will be going around the room instructing.
And we have to make sure that we make it clear that the students can take their masks off
Yes.
at different times throughout the day. Our students get to breathe.
Yes, imagine that.
Once the student is situated in a particular spot, they can take their mask off. But if teachers teach the way most of us do, which is to constantly monitor kids, then we're going to be walking, but we'll be the only one moving most of the time in the room, and we will be masked.
That will be the rule. When you're sitting at your desk or your seat, masks are off. If you need to get up and use the restrooms, masks are, anytime you leave your seat, masks are on. Every time you're in the hallway, masks are on. Lunches will be in the room. We'll explain all of that in the parent letters. Couple of side facts that I just don't want to forget about. If you take the Norwood Norfolk bus or the Brazier bus, they will be providing busing 5 days a week. Even though, although I believe Norwood Norfolk is going to have 5-day instruction in the building for elementary, even if they did not, if that fourth day, the fifth day was not going to be in attendance, they are driving their students to Trinity.
Isn't that nice?
Norwood Norfolk and Brazier will provide busing. I also want to talk, since we're here, about, let's go in the beautiful hallway.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about before and after care. Our before care program will start at 7 o'clock and it will be in the cafeteria. Ms. Soche will do the screening from 7 to 7:30. There are very few students who come during that time, but she will do the temp check for that. And it will be the same thing. It'll be a drop-off at the cafeteria door. Should a temperature be present, the child won't be allowed to come in. From 7:30, actually we'll have a Messina Central nurse here from 7:30 till just about noon. At 7:30, the nurse will take over and she will handle the temperature checks. So before care will be in the cafeteria and they will be by cohort groups. There'll be an area for the first grade class. There'll be an area for both second grade classes separated. The idea is the students in one classroom are together all day. They stay together with their group. So it'll be sectioned off in the cafeteria for each group to be there. At 8:15, by class, they'll go to their classrooms and then the cafeteria will be sanitized. At that point, the cafeteria becomes the teacher's lounge, actually, until 2:30, when it will be sanitized again, because the teachers have been in there. And then aftercare will take over at 3 o'clock until 5:30. How that will work is, as you come by the cafeteria door to pick up your child, we'll ask you to text Ms. Soche and let her know that you are there. She'll make sure your child is all prepared, has all their things to go, and send them right down the cafeteria stairs.
Just like the doctor's office. Call and let us know you're here.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Anything else I should say about that, Ms. Bombard?
I think that you have covered it well.
Okay. Then let's walk down the hallway. We'll go over to the 4 through 6 wing.
Good.
Well, here we are in the 4 through 6 wing. We made it down here. Of course, even in the breezeway, everything is marked with arrows and 6-foot markings for spacing. Coming down the stairs from the cafeteria to this wing, one side of the stairway will be for going down, and the other side will be for going up. We really are working very hard on keeping our distancing. And so this would be one of the entrances where, well, of course, the bussers will be here, and any students in grade 4 through 6 will come through the cafeteria doors. Again, they will be temperature checked beforehand. I want to make sure that I say it clearly without my mask, that that temperature would be 100.4 or higher. The student would not be allowed to come into the school for everyone's safety. Thank you. So that's 100.4. And now we'll go into one of the classrooms.
I'm happy now, Mrs. Giroux.
Okay, now you're in
Now
your
I'm
wing.
in my element.
Yes,
The best
yes.
part of the school, of course,
Yes,
over
of
here.
course it is. Beautiful rooms, beautiful. So as we come in, Ms. Bombard, we have?
Every classroom will be equipped with all of the standard things that you use at home for disinfecting. We have the hand sanitizer that the teacher will pump as students come in and out of the room for whatever reason. But that, understand too that in and out traffic will be kept to a minimum. We have the wipes, we'll have those on hand to sanitize desktops periodically throughout the day. My trusty Lysol spray that we will use during the day on doorknobs and bathrooms, and of course, that does not mean that that's all that will be done. Certainly at the end of the day, there's big sanitation that goes on. This is just the daily, these little things you can be assured will happen all day long.
And speaking of the cleaning and disinfecting, actually there will be a very strict schedule for that. Our custodians will be cleaning the bathrooms hourly. We have measured, and we can have 2 students in the bathroom area at a time, and that's it. So we will be very careful about that. We will be very careful about the disinfecting, also handrails, doorknobs. We're prepared to do it. And here what you see is one of the older grade classrooms with the desks all spaced apart. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 times 3. We have our 12 desks in here. And we have our teacher desk with a barrier for protection. But again, the teacher will be up and roaming around. And when doing so, will have their mask on.
And I'm just so happy. You know, I couldn't quite picture this as we talked about it all summer. How nice and spacious and airy this is with just 12 desks.
Yes.
It's wonderful. And, you know, we're lucky. If there's any place in the country that can do this, I think way up north here in our nice little nook in New York State, this is the place that this kind of thing can be successful.
And we have the staff who are willing to work at this and willing to adjust, because it will be an adjustment for everyone. But the primary goal, we will educate your children, we will keep them as safely as possible that we can.
And clean.
And clean, well, that's our specialty. I do want you to notice there is not a lot of clutter in here, of course, and it's not decorated yet. It will be brighter and more colorful than this once the teachers get in here. We will not keep it this sterile. Is there anything else I need to say, Ms. Bombard, to make everyone feel safe?
No, I would be very reassured. I think if I were
good.
watching the film,
Good.
as the parents should be, and know that we will do everything in our power to keep it clean and to keep our little section of the world germ-free. We've been so lucky to have our numbers be so low, and that's our goal, to keep it that way.
Thank you for joining us.
My
Ms.
pleasure.
Bombard. And Ms. Ballarton, thank you for recording our video. Parents, again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call or to email me. Thank you. We'll see you soon.
See you soon. I can't
See you soon. Me too. We're all very excited. Thank you.
I mean, people have got to look at their phones and read news.